What's up, guys? So I've been asked a few times if I had a morning routine, and I do. I typically don't like to work out in the morning. I'm just not a morning workout person. So what I love to do is just a few yoga stretches with a few workout poses or exercises just to kind of get my body awake. After 6 to 8 hours of sleeping, your body is pretty tight. So I like to start in child's pose, knees wide, sit back on your heels, fold forward with your arms overhead. You'll just feel that stretch in your back and in your hamstrings. And I like to stay there for just a couple breaths just to kind of get things flowing, get the breath moving inside my body, get my heart pumping, get the blood just flowing to all my muscles. Just really, it's my way to wake up and just connect with myself in the morning. And don't worry, you'll probably see Marley in the video quite a bit. She likes to just be front and center, so you'll be seeing her a lot. So from here, I'm actually preparing myself to get into a tabletop position. I'm pretty warmed up at this point with the breath. So what I'll do is from here, I will look up, and then I will bring my hands under my shoulders, my knees under my hips, and I will flatten out the tops of my feet onto the mat. And then I'm going to go into a cow position. So I'm going to breathe in or inhale, tuck your toes, drop your belly, and lift your chin up. You're going to be pushing into your hands at this point. And then you're going to exhale for a cat pose. You're going to release your feet, round your spine, drop your head. Don't bring it into your chest, just drop it, just let it flow naturally, and push into your hands. I'll inhale, do another cow pose, tuck your toes, drop your belly, lift your head, and exhale for cat. Release your toes, round your spine, drop your head, push into your hands. And I usually like to stay for 1 to 2 breaths in between each pose. From here, I'm going to inhale, go back to a tabletop position, neutral spine. And then I'm going to bring my left hip and my left shoulder together, kind of looking over my shoulder, getting that good right stretch in that oblique. Inhale, exhale, do the same thing on the other side, and I'm going to repeat this one time on each side. I just love this stretch. It just feels so good in the morning just to stretch that side out. And there's Marley. She always likes to sit with me right there, always. But on this day, I needed you guys to see what I was doing. So what I'll do from here is, after I get Marley out of the way, is I'll sit back on my feet and I will gently lift my knees up just to kind of get that gentle stretch in the front ankle. You don't want to go too far. You don't want to, go within pain. You want to be within sensation. If you have a hard time touching the ground when you do this, you can use blocks or anything that's sturdy that you can stand on. Then from here, I'll tuck my toes. I'll sit back on my feet again, lifting up my toes back and forth, just alternating between stretching my toes out and then stretching my calves out. Oh, I love this stretch in the morning. It is seriously the best. I feel like I want to do that right now. It feels so good. So once I do that, I'll go back into that tabletop position, that neutral spine, and I'm getting ready to go into down dog here. So I will place my hands out in front of me. I'll start by stretching out one leg, and then I'll lift my hips up and bring the other leg into a straight position. And then you want to get into this V formation, dropping your head. You kind of want just a little bit of, I would say hip width with a part on your feet, and just press into your hands. And just take a couple minutes to breathe right in here. You can alternate your feet back and forth so that you can still get that calf stretch, which is, just goes a little bit deeper, which I love this move too. I love it all. So I'll do that just for about a minute, just to kind of warm up my body. And then I will prepare myself to get into a forward fold. So what I'll do here is I'll look up, I'll hop or walk forward, and I will just go into a complete forward fold. So I'm just, letting my upper body kind of hang. You can see I'm rocking back and forth. It just feels so good on your lower back, on your hamstrings. Oh, yeah, it feels really good there too. So, yeah, I'll just sit there and just rock back and forth about 30 seconds to a minute. And then I'll inhale, come up to a half fold, which you want to place your hands on your shins, or you can even place them on your thighs and keep your back kind of a neutral spine, kind of like a tabletop. And then exhale, come back into a forward fold. And then inhale, come up one vertebrae at a time until you get your head all the way looking forward. I'll inhale, come up to a mountain pose, bring your arms up and over, stand up tall, stretching out, and then exhale, stretch to the right, kind of put your hands in a steeple position, and I'd like to take a breath or two here, and it just really helps to stretch out those obliques again, the sides of your body, your arms. Inhale and exhale, coming to the other side. Then inhale, come back up to your standing mountain pose. Exhale, bring your arms in front of you. Inhale, bring your arms up and over, and exhale, forward fold. And again, just let your body hang there for a second, and then you're going to inhale, come into a half fold, and then exhale. I'd like to take the left leg back first, go into kind of a runner's lunge, drop that left knee back, and bring your arms up and over for a crescent lunge. You're going to want to keep that top of your foot placed into your mat, press into that left hip, really stretching it out. Make sure your knee does not go past your toes. I'm sitting here looking at it, I'm like, ooh, girl, your posture is horrible. So I like to sit here for about 2 breaths. Then I like to inhale, come back onto my left foot, and extend my right leg out. This gets just a deeper hamstring stretch. If you cannot go all the way back, that is fine. Just go within sensation. So come up, back into that runner's lunge, bring that right leg back and go back into your down dog. Now from here, you're going to go into a chaturanga. So you're going to go into your, you're going to do that. I went too fast here to explain that. But so what I like to do there is just go into a high cobra or a full cobra. I don't like to go into an up dog. So here I'll just do the same thing on the other side. I'll bring my left foot forward this time, dropping that right foot back on the mat, pressing into that right hip now, and just staying there for a couple of breaths. And I'm really lifting through the rib cage and trying to really lengthen through my arms, through my hands, and really just trying to get that stretch. So exhale, you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Sit back on that right heel, stretch that left leg for that hamstring stretch. Marley wants to go in the pool. Typical. That pool is freezing. I let her in there the other day and she was cramping. I'm like, oh, you're out. Okay, so inhale. You're going to bring both feet up to the front. You're going to go into a half fold, then a forward fold. And then inhale, come up back to your standing mountain pose. Exhale, bring your arms in front of you. Inhale, and then exhale, bring your arms back for kind of just a slight back stretch. It feels so good, but only stay within sensation. Don't go too far back because you don't want to pinch your back. So you're going to go back into your chaturanga. Here I'll do the up dog just because I'm a little bit more stretched out, so it's not going to be so bad on my back. And then I end that part with going into a child's pose. And I know that was all really fast. If you want more of a in-depth, slower walkthrough, I can definitely do that. I just need to exaggerate my poses a lot more just so I have more time to explain them. But I could definitely do that for you if you're interested. So from here, what I like to do is kind of get into just a few workout exercises. So I will do 1 rep of 10 each, except for the push-ups. Push-ups are not my forte. So what I like to do is just do 1 set of 5 in the very beginning. And then I like to come in and then do 1 rep of 10 sit-ups. Now my sit-ups, the way I do them, I first bring my right elbow to my left, the inside of my left knee, and then vice versa. And then once I get to 5 on each side, which you'll see, I will bring my elbow to the outside, or I will try to bring the elbow to the outside of my knee. It just gets a deeper workout in on that, and it just really helps to warm everything up a little bit more. And I'll be honest, it stretches too. Like, it just, all around, it does great wonders for me. There I hit Marley in the face. I'm like, hey, you don't want to get hit in the face. Don't get in my way. You know what I'm doing. You're not new. She really wanted to get in the pool. I just wouldn't let her. It's funny because in the summertime, if it's really hot, she'll just jump in on her own. She's like, I don't need you. I don't need your permission. So I also, like, after every ab workout, I like to take a good, just quick stretch, just to stretch out those tight muscles. And, you know, it just gets tight sometimes. So I just really like to stretch out those muscles. Then I'll go back into my push-ups. Like I said, I'm horrible at push-ups. I look at this and I cringe. But I do another set of 5. And I really like to do that because when I start feeling my form going at about the 4th or 5th push-up, that's when I'll, you know, want to kind of stop and give myself a break. So from here, I'll go into a few quick lunges, 10 on each side. Definitely do not do what I'm doing. Do not let your knee go past your toes. And you want both legs to be in a 90-degree angle. And you want your hips to be right under you, straight back. You don't want to be leaning forward. You obviously don't want to be leaning backwards. You just want to be straight up and down. So yeah, so I see it here. Right there. That's what you want to do. Right there. Yes. Okay. Finally, I could do a lunge, right? But yeah, so see how my knee is not coming past my toe like it was earlier? That is how you want it to look right there. Perfect 90-degree angles. It's a good thing I did it wrong so I can show you what not to do. Don't do that. And then I go into a sumo squat. So I put my toes out and I just do a quick squat, keeping, you know, that same concept of keeping your knees behind your toes. You want to make sure your back is perfectly straight, your hips are under you, almost like you have your back up against a wall and you're sliding up and down that wall. That's the posture that you want when you're going through those. Oh, I love these ones. I'd probably say that out of all the squats and lunges, this is my favorite move. And then I just stretch, you know, after, I mean, yeah, I know we stretched in the beginning, but we did a few of those moves, and I just really like to get things stretched out. So I stretch out the quads right here. And what I found that really helps with balance is trying to put a lot of the weight towards your big toe, and that will kind of help. Also pushing your hips forward and strengthening your core, so tightening your core, will really help to keep you straight up and down, not falling all over the place. Here I do a hamstring stretch, so I just kick out my heel, lift my toes up, and I'll just sit back on my legs and push into my upper thigh. Don't ever push on your knee. That is how you'll start creating injuries, and you don't want that to happen. So yeah, so from here, I just inhale, exhale, and I'm done. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you want something that's going to be a little bit slower and a little bit more of a walkthrough, and I can definitely do that. See you guys later.